We are here in Krakow, Poland, home to one of the world's best Christmas markets.
We've been in the city for a few days settling in already and have scoped out the Christmas market a little bit. So I think I know what I want to feed Chris right away because he's getting a little hangry. Let's go feed him.
If you're new to our channel, I'm Chris.
And I'm Stephanie.
We're in our third year of full-time travel and we're documenting our journey across the globe.
So we've seen these delicious open-faced sandwiches all over the market, so we had to try one. What we got is the bread, which is a huge slice, lard, mushrooms, onions, and sausage. It's not for the vegetarian, but it looks amazing.
Were there like utensils there that we missed?
Nope, no utensils. This is a hand thing.
All right, this is, I'm gonna try to take a bite of this. Well, I got a bite of the sausage. It's fantastic, but it's going to take a little bit more work to get into the bread and everything else on here. Wow.
So what do you think?
So my honest opinion is this is a mess, but it's an absolutely amazing mess. I don't think I've had anything this good in a long time. Totally meat heavy. The caramelized onion's amazing. That base layer of lard is, it's mind-blowing. This is going to be a very, very delicious but very filling lunch.
See if I can do this without making a total mess. Oh my God. That's everything that is delicious and good and right in the world. Amazing.
So that open-faced sandwich was amazing, but it's really, really cold out here. It's about 1 degree Celsius. So we're going to get ourselves a drink to warm us up. So there are a couple of hot drink options here in the market. One is mulled wine, which is really delicious. They also have a hot chocolate, which is more like a drinking chocolate if you're from the United States. It's really rich, thick. We had that the other day and it was quite good. But today we decided to get the mulled wine, which I'm really excited for. The Christmas market is in the northwest corner of the Old Town Market Square. Now there is so much to eat here, but the portion sizes are enormous. So we're gonna have to make several trips back here in order to sample all the food. Now that we're full and we've warmed up with some wine, let's go explore the rest of the square.
So in spite of the deliciously huge sandwich and the wine, we decided we needed something sweet and got a traditional chimney cake. It's really beautiful how they make them in this kind of like a little rotisserie, I guess, for lack of a better term. And we got ours rolled in cinnamon sugar, and it's warm and it smells delicious. And I'm gonna have some now. Ooh, it's hot. This is it. Ooh. Oh, that is so yummy. It's like soft on the inside, very crunchy on the outside. Oh, super delicious. Chimney cakes, I highly recommend them.
All right, Stephanie shared a little piece with me, so let me give this a try. Delicious.
The outside of the chimney cakes have caramelized as they come out of the oven and get rolled in the sugar. And it's super crunchy, like a delicious, crunchy cinnamon roll.
O Gospodę prosić, bo ja sam w Gospodzie nie mam miejsca swego.
So we're back at the Christmas market to sample more delicious Polish food. We're gonna start with some, what I think is smoked cheese, and it is grilled and surrounded with bacon. And then we have another one, which is, I think, the same smoked cheese with cranberries on top. And we've been told they're delicious, and we just had to try them for ourselves. Bacon is crispy and salty, just like it should be. Grilled taste is nice. Oh, there's the cheese. I taste the cheese now. It is smoked. No idea what kind of cheese it is, other than delicious. Chris has one with cranberries on it with no bacon. He's gonna try that now.
Okay, so I have this, I believe this is sheep or goat cheese that has some cranberry on it, and it's right in the middle, so it's a little bit hard to share this, but I'm gonna try to grab a bite here. It does not taste like goat cheese.
I think it's sheep cheese.
It might be sheep cheese. It's quite good, very smoky.
How's the cranberry
I like
with
it.
it?
Well, I didn't get a lot of cranberry, but it's gonna be good. Very good, worth the wait in line. So I think I like the one with the ham a little bit better. I just feel like it's maybe a little bit more balanced. I'm not sure which is more traditional here. They're both very good, but I got a lot more squeaky texture from the one with the ham. So I'm gonna vote for the one with the ham.
That was a really great appetizer. Now let's see what else we can find.
Bigos, the hunter stew. Hunter stew. Since it's cold, we decided to get some soup. They have a number of stalls with lots of different soups. And it was a little difficult to decide which one to get, but I figured we could probably always come back if we really want more or another time. So you can get a piece of bread, and I ended up choosing Hunter Stew, which looks really good, very meaty looking, and very hot looking too, so I'm gonna give it a try. Oh, that's very rich. Yeah, that's really good. Yeah, this is gonna be really good.
Oh, wow.
It's good.
Wow, that's so good.
So that soup was really good. Now, this market has a lot of different options and made trying Polish food very accessible for us. So it's a place that we've come back to a couple times now, but it's very expensive when you compare the prices to like other places around here. For example, I think we had a chimney cake the other day, and we found it the same place down the road from where we're staying. It was about half the price. So this is a bit more expensive than you're going to pay in other parts of the city, but I think it was well worth it for us. And it's the Christmas market, so it's just a fun place to hang out, watch people, and it's really, really pretty at night, and also in the daytime.
Like Chris said, the Christmas market is a great place to try a lot of different things that you might not normally try. And one of the things we saw as we were walking around were several stalls that had candied nuts, which I absolutely love. So we stopped, and I had to get some candied pecans, and they are crunchy and sweet and just a touch of vanilla to them, and they're absolutely fantastic. So I will be enjoying these for a while.
Okay, that was a great lunch, and as you can see, it's a beautiful day out, so we're gonna take a little walk around and explore the city.
Oh, look how cute this is.
One of the problems for us is that they have a ton of really delicious looking bakeries all over the city. And we have to stop at every one and look at them. but we just stopped at one and we bought something which looks amazing. They're like pretzels with some kind of chocolate on them.
Coconut.
We got those to enjoy a little bit later. So after walking through the city, we decided to walk back along the river to our Airbnb, and we've just been kind of chatting, and we both just love this city. It's got so much character and charm. Maybe it's the Christmas holidays, but we are really loving it. Already talking about when the next time is that we're going to visit.
So after a delicious trip to the Christmas market and walking around the city for several hours, I think it's time to call it a day. It's a little cold, starting to get dark, so let's go get warm and cozy.
So this morning we've come out to Wawel Royal Castle. Now the castle, as well as the hill that it's built on top of, are the most culturally and historically important part of Poland. Let's go inside the castle and find out why that is.
One thing we learned at the castle today is it's really, really big. There are different sections that you can pay to get into. We went into Castle 2 today because I really wanted to see the Ottoman tents, but you can also see the treasury, another part of the castle, Castle 1. They even have a dragon den, which I'm really curious to find out about, and they have a beautiful cathedral that hopefully we'll be able to go into as well. Really, really stunning architecture, so much to see. You should come check it out when you're here. So it's day 2 of our Wawel Castle tour. If you can see behind me, you can see that it snowed overnight, and so I'm glad we're all bundled up, appropriate weather gear, but it's kind of fun and it's very cold, so let's go inside and see what we can find.
So one thing that confused me a little bit about Wawel Castle is it's really more like an art and antiquities museum, kind of like the Louvre in Paris, France. I was expecting it to be more like a castle that you walk through and you see different rooms decorated the way they may have been when it was actually in use, but it's really more an antiquities and art museum. At least that's what we've seen so far. So going in with that perspective, I think it's a little bit more clear to me sort of what to anticipate. So if you're coming here, just keep that in mind.
So we have just finished the Wawel Castle 1 tour that they offer here. We did Castle 2 yesterday, and I think between the two of them, I kind of like Castle 1 a little better. I think Chris agrees with me because it's set up, rooms are set up a little bit more to show how people might have lived or what the purpose of the room could have been. Really beautiful furniture, some nice paintings, good donated collections, and it did have some interesting spoils of war or donated acquired items from the Siege of Vienna. And just really, really beautiful, beautiful things to see. A little more enjoyable than Castle 2, but both are totally, totally worth doing here at Wawel Castle. As you can see, the sun really hasn't melted any snow yet, and it's pretty cold out, so we're gonna go and try and find something warm to eat and drink.
We just ducked in this restaurant over here for a quick bite, and it was a little bit noisy with some of the music they were playing, so we couldn't quite talk during our meal. But we did have, I had some, I don't know what you would call it, like a local warm mulled cider type beverage.
That had,
I mean, it's non-alcoholic, but it was pretty sweet. It was hot.
and it had peanuts on the top of it.
Oh yeah, it had
floating.
peanuts on the top. Yeah, we got some
Yeah.
video of that floating.
Floating.
So it was like a little snack with the drink. What did you have to drink?
I had this really great hot drink. It was grapefruit juice and honey and rosemary, and it was so good and refreshing and nice and warm.
And it smelled pretty good, but I didn't like the taste so much. And then we had pierogies, which, what did they
They
have?
were duck and apple pierogies, which were pretty good.
I thought those were pretty good.
So with some nice caramelized onions on it. And then we had some traditional cabbage rolls that were so good. It was, I think, beef and rice in them with a nice mushroom sauce. So good.
Yep.
And then we had some potato pancakes with some pork stew. Oh my gosh. Really super delicious. We have leftovers, which means I do not have to cook tonight. Yay!
Yeah, I don't know if takeaway is a thing, but we were able to take away, so now we have basically another meal because we ordered way too much food. We didn't expect there to be as much as there was. I think we spent about $31 for drinks and essentially
3 huge dishes.
3 huge dishes. So
So
now we're warmed up, we're satiated. We do need to go do some grocery shopping, so we're gonna head back.
and walk quickly because it started to snow.
Yeah, it's snowing. Krakow has a ton of museums, probably more museums than I've seen in most cities that we visited. And we have a bunch of them on our list. We're probably only going to get to see a few, but today we came out to the Ethnographic Museum here in Krakow. Now, yesterday we were planning to go out and it was a little bit dreary and raining, so we decided to wait for a better day, which is today. And as you can see, it snowed overnight, but it's actually really nice right now. And we're gonna take advantage of that and head on inside this building right over here.
The Ethnographic Museum here in Krakow is a definite must-see when you're here in the city. It has so much rich information about the lifestyles of a lot of peasants actually, and reconstructions of rooms people lived in. I mean, really just fascinating and really interesting things inside. Also found out the building used to be the town hall. And I always wonder in old cities what things used to be. What was their life before its current incarnation? And that's what we found out. Now we're gonna go get some food. So the restaurant we wanna go to is closed for about 30 minutes. So we're gonna head over to the Basilica of Corpus Christi, which is right behind me, and check it out.
So, brief change of plans. We went directly to a restaurant. We found a Georgian restaurant, which I know we're in Poland, we're not having Polish food, but we love Georgian cuisine. and we couldn't pass this up. It had great reviews on Google Maps, and we had two things. We had these dumplings that were like fried, and this bread with cheese and egg on it, and you mix it all together. I'll put some video up of our
You want to keep going?
There's like so much room to walk around. Anyway,
Okay.
so I'll put some B-roll up because they showed us how to eat the dumplings, which I'm not sure if we'd had before, but you basically pick them up, flip them over, then you take a little bite out of them and drink this broth that is inside, and then you eat them. And everything was delicious. Then we headed over to the church, which Stephanie mentioned, and it's really quite spectacular inside. I believe construction started in 1341, and we think it was consecrated sometime in the early 1400s. Usually they do that before it's actually ready to become a church. So sometime in the early 1400s, and of course they've continued to develop it over those years. An amazing organ. I mean, it's just phenomenal inside. I'm looking at it behind me, or right in front of me, and it's just an amazing church. Unfortunately, it's really hard to get external video because all these buildings kind of press up against it. But take our word for it. Corpus Christi Basilica, great place to visit, and you could just take a few minutes, walk inside, and then right in this neighborhood that we're in, tons of amazing restaurants. So the next museum on our list is the National Museum. We're pretty excited about this because it's got some really good reviews online, and we think we're going to learn a lot about Krakow and the history of Poland. So let's go inside and check it out. All right, so let's do a quick recap on the National Museum. Now, first of all, there are multiple National Museum buildings, like at least 4 or 5. So it can get a little confusing. We're at the main building, but even at the main building, it's a little confusing because there are multiple exhibits. We went to the permanent exhibition, and that's on the 2nd and the 3rd floor. We saw the decorative arts, which is on, actually, it's on the 1st floor because we're in Europe, but in the US it would be the 2nd floor. And then we saw the Polish art in the 20th and 21st century on the 3rd floor, which is a whole bunch of paintings. The decorative art was amazing. I mean, some of the most amazing collection of like furniture, things like door locks, chests, stained glass, I mean, bells, dating back to like the 1200s. So it was really, really incredible there. And it was a big, exhibit. And then on the top floor where we saw the Polish art, it was really pretty cool. There was a lot of good history about the different time periods, the World War I and then World War II, and really just kind of educational for me. I enjoyed it. What else? Anything else I'm missing? I don't think so. Now, as you can see, it's snowing very heavily. We're gonna try to figure out how to get out of here.
Today we decided to venture out into the snow and come over to St. Joseph's Church, which is right behind me. Now, it is pretty fancy looking and is known for its brickwork and its tall tower, the bell tower. It was built in the early 1900s, so it's a fairly modern church when you think about what you can find in Europe. So we're pretty excited to go see what's inside. But I have to tell you, it kind of reminds me of one of those fancy bundt cake molds you can find these days. Maybe that just means I need some cake. I don't know. So we won't be seeing the inside of the church in the next couple of minutes. We went inside and there's a wedding going on, and it had a nice sign actually that says, "Please no sightseeing during the service." So we've come outside, walked up a little hill. You can tell I'm huffing and puffing a bit. And we're just going to take a look around. We've got a beautiful view of the church behind us, and I think some other things up the hill a little. A few days ago, we came over here to St. Joseph's Church, and there was a wedding going on, so we couldn't get inside to see it. We've come back today. Let's see if we can get in this time. And yes, I still think it looks like an iced cake.
So we weren't quite sure what to expect with this church, but it's an early 20th century Gothic revival style church, and it's really pretty inside. It's fairly simple as churches go, with a lot of modern art and altars that kind of surround the sides of the church. So nice little place for us to stop. I'm glad we went here. And also there's the sculpture garden kind of in the back. That's a nice little place to visit as well. We've just been inside St. Mary's Basilica, and it is absolutely outstanding. The building was started the end of the 13th century, and every single surface inside is covered with some sort of ornamentation. Absolutely spectacular. Definitely worth the 15 zloty to go in, and we will remember it for quite a while. Really outstanding. So we have had an amazing time here in Krakow. It has been extremely cold, but we've really enjoyed the snow. It's been a beautiful time and a wonderful city to visit.
Absolutely. You should totally put it on your bucket list. Worth every minute we've been here. And if you like the video, please subscribe, give us a like, and we'll see you in the next one.